Hi, on this episode of the Camp Chaos Chronicles, Tony and I are going to drive this 30-year-old GT car with 140,000 miles on the clock, 1,000 miles in 2.5 days.
I don't think this is what I signed up for.
We'll be fine.
All right. Dang it.
Okay, here we go. Been talking about this for a long time.
Here we go.
I don't know why we didn't do this sooner. Say again?
I can put up with just about anything.
All right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Over. Okay, what the hell is that? Guess we should have tried these out before we left.
Exactly.
Can you hear me?
What did he say? Roll up the windows.
Your what hurts? Over?
Copy.
Alright, sounds like we're in tune here.
Okay, ask him how we call them. Push the call button.
How do we call you?
Push the call button.
Copy.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop and talk about this thing. Okay.
This cooling system is that this morning I drove it probably around 8 o'clock or so, and it was pretty cool out, and it stayed right in the middle of the end, and then I came home and I put the spoiler on. It won't even get up to the end, and it's 15 degrees, 20 degrees cool, or warmer.
Yeah, you're getting more air ducted in, so.
Well, it creates that low pressure area under the car.
Yep.
And sucks it through the radiator. A combination of both. But that's amazing. It's not even up to the end.
Well, I don't feel much of a vibration out of this thing now.
Yeah, the camera's
not for an
on,
old
but
car.
Yeah, this, you know what? This is much better than it was even this morning.
Well, I told you that I'm getting up to 60.
We're up to 60.
I think,
you know, the interesting thing.
I think once you get going, you warm these tires up. Maybe it's going to take 100 miles to get them. You got to get them really, really hot. You know. That's the sad thing is that it sits.
Yeah. And it's almost like the tires get in sync and the vibration goes away. And then we'll go around this corner up here and they get out of sync and the vibration will start happening again. Yeah, see, it was smooth there for a while, now it's starting to kick up again.
Yeah, that's the problem with radial tires is they have a memory.
Yeah.
And they'll know if you're reversing the direction, and that's where they start to fall apart. Yeah.
Well, these were put on the way they came off the car, though, right?
Yeah, but you don't know what happened to the vehicle before that, so you don't know what they did to take care of it. All the wheels that
those were brand new.
Okay, all the wheels that I did were only static balance. That means they only take the elliptical part out. I dynamically balance these where it takes the static part out, which is the elliptical part, and the side-to-side motion of it. So if they were only statically balanced, then they can have some tread waver to them. So, but plus that, we know these tires aren't the greatest in the world anyways.
Yeah.
So.
End of day one. It was a short day from St. Paul area to Brookings, South Dakota, and it was a nice drive. No rain, a little cloudy toward the end. The car behaved really, really well. The Gorilla top stayed attached to the vehicle. Not even an edge starting to come up. It was great. We had one issue though. Before we left, we put a new, well, not a new set of tires, but a different set of tires on it because the ones that were originally on it were a little weather checked. So we took the ones off of the Texas XJS and swapped them onto the convertible rims. And you know, they weren't happy. They weren't happy for a long time. Toward the end of the day, the last hour or so, up around 65, 70 miles an hour, they smoothed right out, but it took a while for that to happen. So maybe by the time we get back home, these things will start to behave.
Yeah. I had some flat spots, so
yeah,
hopefully we can work those out of it.
And tires are cheap, relatively speaking, but we're not going to buy them this trip. The car really behaved very, very well. I could smell a little oil every now and again. The cam covers do have leaks on both sides, so a little drop of oil was hitting them every now and again. But man, it was just it ran like a train all day, or half day. So
it was nice for me. I got to sleep part of the way out here, and
and kind of a nice ride, so it's kind of comfortable.
You know, another thing that was a little bit of an issue was on the right side of the car, the passenger door window does not go straight up, so it kind of sneaks back, angles back, and climbs over the outside of the window track. So a bit of whistling going on over there, but other than that, I mean, for a convertible top vehicle, it really was pretty darn quiet. I'm pleased for a $3,000 car. You couldn't ask for anything more.
For me, I'm half deaf anyways, so it was like somebody blowing in my ear the whole time.
That happen often? Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to go into what is this place? The Comfort Inn in Brookings, South Dakota, and get a little shut-eye and get up at 6 o'clock. That's right, Tony, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're leaving at 6:30.
6 a.m. Are you kidding me?
That's 6 bells. That would be like 6, 7, 8, 9 hours from now. And do it again tomorrow. We're going to go to Pierre, South Dakota. And from there, the east entrance of the Badlands, spend a little time knocking around there, doing some video, and make it to Rapid City in time to ensconce ourselves into the hotel, and then go to the Mount Rushmore sunset ceremony. Although there's not projected to be any sun tomorrow. Rainy all day. It'll be fine. Good night.